Yo, section crafting is good and easy to learn, and you can benefit from it. Who is this strat for? It's for people who haven't committed to search crafting yet, or haven't fully learned a language, or playing a weak language, or you don't want to learn search crafting, or you're going to play something like all advancements or other categories, and you don't want to learn 30 more searches and subtitles and enchantments and everything in another language. In a crafting tier list, search crafting is obviously more consistent, but it takes a lot of setup and learning and practice and memorization of every single item or order, and that makes it prohibitive for many reasons. Section crafting takes no setup whatsoever, and when you understand the logic, you can craft everything with it, even in different categories like all advancements or villager trading or just playing casually. So what's the basis here? Book crafting is faster than drag crafting because you don't have to find and move and drag your items and put them back between crafts. The problem of raw book crafting though is that these pages have a lot of items in them and are in a random order, so you can't just memorize the list. Search crafting was developed to make the pages have less junk to distract you, and ideally no junk. But if you learn anything that isn't English, you have to learn all kinds of stuff like subtitles and enchantment names, and you have to memorize the specific letter inputs to search, which also leads to having to rebind half your keyboard to do it optimally. Because of all of this, most people don't learn search crafting, and many rank 1 players either don't search craft, or they only search craft a couple of things and click through the pages, and everyone can recognize that clicking through these pages and trying to look at all the 20 items at once is obviously slow and really bad. Section crafting is the middle ground where you remove junk but without all the setup, and can craft things on the fly without learning beforehand once you learn the logic of the sections. So I've got every recipe unlocked at the moment, but this button only shows you what you can craft based on what's in your inventory. So let's quickly look at the sections. This is tools, weapons, and armor. This is mostly boring blocks. This is mostly blocks that do stuff, food stuff, and crafting materials. And this is redstone stuff, which also includes doors and lecterns. A mechanic to keep in mind is that a lot of items are only unlocked after doing something. Like, even though I can craft doors and all these other wooden items, I can't craft a boat until I touch water at the top right. You can only craft bowls after touching a mushroom, and you can only craft rails after touching a minecart. And this is all exactly the same as search crafting. Now I'm going to cover some of the usual crafts that people talk about in search crafting documents. So TNT is found in redstone, and you can get a pressure plate while you're here. Ingots and bread are in miscellaneous. After crafting tools, you can skip taking the sticks out by crafting a bucket and miscellaneous. Doors are in redstone, and if there's an extra tool, you can go to tools, obviously. If you've picked up a nugget before, you can make nuggets and gold carrots at the same time, or golden apples and miscellaneous. I think one of the best strats that everyone should know is the block section for post-bastion. Making nether bricks, wool, and glowstone all in the same section is kind of crazy, and you can also make forest dirt. Then in miscellaneous, you have beds as well as anchors in the same section, as well as iron bars and bucket. Shield and bow are both in weapons, or a tripwire hook is in redstone to make a crossbow, and obviously swords as well. And now for other routes, slabs are in building blocks, and you can make composters and barrels in the same section. Something else about this section as well is that every single villager job block is in this section, other than lectern. For AA, post outer end, you can make anvil, shulker box, enchantment table all in the same section, and bookshelves are in building blocks. Other AA crafts are fishing rods and leads and tools, but keep in mind that other fishing rods are actually in miscellaneous. In miscellaneous, there is walls, furnaces, conduits, beacons, end crystals all in the same section, as well as armor stone, and target is in redstone, gold blocks and building blocks. Something to consider is that if you're going to pick up an item late, the list of items is going to shift, so you're not going to be able to pre-aim a craft. In this case, it can actually be better to have showing all off, so that you can pre-aim. You can try and reduce junk by offhanding something. Overall, this is obviously not better than search crafting, but if you look at the player base, it's obvious that not everyone is going to learn search crafting. Even rank 1 players don't learn it. But if those rank 1 players learned section crafting, they'd be able to save seconds over clicking through pages and scanning. Good luck.